We've made it to the last country on our tour of Southeast Asia, and we may have saved the best for last. Join us as we explore Cambodia, diving deep into its history, both the ancient and the beautiful and the modern and the somber. We'll find some food and fun along the way. Hey baby, what time is it?
5 a.m.
What's the temperature like?
Too hot.
Good morning everyone. We have something very special, very interesting indeed. Good morning, good, how are
Coming to see this temple is like, I first got to see the Colosseum, but wanting to see the pyramids, like this temple is one of those on the list of amazing spots in the world. Built by King Siem Reap II in the early 12th century, Angkor Wat was constructed as the greatest of the Hindu temples in the Angkor imperial capital. Later expanded as a Buddhist temple, Angkor Wat stands as a symbol of Cambodia, even gracing the national flag. The temple is covered with carvings depicting Hindu beliefs and stories from the Khmer Empire, interspersed with bullet holes from its time as a munitions depot under the Khmer Rouge. Hindi and Buddhist decoration is intermixed throughout the complex, with much of the intricate carvings restored or recreated to bring this temple back to its former glory. This is Ta Prohm Temple, but they said it's called the Tomb Raider Temple. Gonna go see a movie set that was built in the late 12th century.
Ta Prohm Temple was built by King Jayavarman VII in the late 12th century as a Buddhist monastery and a centre of learning dedicated to his mother. The temple was built completely without mortar, and after it was abandoned and trees started to take root between the stones. The trees that now wrap around the tower and over the ruins make this one of the most popular temples to visit within the Angkor Park. If it looks a bit familiar, the temple's real international popularity came when Angelina Jolie filmed the movie Tomb Raider. The temple earned the nickname the Tomb Raider Temple.
No, you can't live here.
I think I did live here in a past life. Guys, Cambodia is seriously worth it just for that one stop. That was one of the most magical, incredible places I've ever been, and I really don't think that the video would have even done it justice, because you just have to be there and feel it and experience it. But my mind is blown.
Just for the record, it was my idea to come to Cambodia.
Thanks for dragging me here. I will come happily, gladly again, many times.
Maybe now she won't argue with me when I'm like, no, babe, we got to go see this.
And honestly, like, the Cambodian people are some of the friendliest people I have ever met on my travels. Don't you agree?
Yeah, like rival the Balinese.
This is the back entrance, it's not the front. So the front entrance already blocked, so we didn't know. See, you see something is easy, we just walk through.
This one's a completely unrestored temple, so you still got to scramble over the rocks. Not much is known about Nei Temple, other than it was built around the same time as Ta Prohm and was dedicated to the study and worship of Buddha. No restoration works have been undertaken on this site, so you can only explore it with a tour guide to ensure the site is protected as you scramble around on some crumbled walls.
There are 5 gates in the wall surrounding Angkor Thom, the last and the longest imperial capital of the Khmer Empire. The gates are covered with Hindi and Buddhist sculpture and are an imposing sight as you cross the moat to enter the city.
Situated at the exact center of the imperial city of Angkor Thom, the Bayon is the penultimate achievement of King Jayavarman VII, even larger than Angkor Wat. Like, the camera can't do justice to how massive that tower looks from here. The temple was originally built as a Buddhist temple, and it's 54 towers covered with enormous faces of Buddha on all 4 sides. The walls are covered with relief carvings commemorating famous battles from the period with the Champa and the Siam, along with Hindi carvings from the temple's later years when it was converted to Hinduism.
They found a fruit tree.
Fruit trees, wild mango.
Yum. So if you know anything about Cambodia, you'll know that it has an incredibly fascinating history. This morning we got to check it out, the ancient history. Well, is it classified ancient? Ancient? Yeah. Ancient history this morning. So while we know a little bit about the history, we wanted to come to the National Museum and learn a little bit more also about the modern history, which is super interesting too.
Yeah.
So let's go see what it's about.
Check it out.
The Angkor National Museum opened in 2007 to house thousands of artifacts from the height of the Khmer Empire, between the 9th and the 14th centuries AD. A mix of Hindu and Buddhist art dominate the collection, with quite a lot of audio-visual representations along the way to give a little more insight into these amazing people.
Trixie. Chloe wants the elephant.
So what did you think of the National Museum?
I liked it. Okay, here's the only thing about that particular museum is the period of history is pretty long, but there wasn't a lot of change, so it got a little repetitive.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that we would also get into a little bit of modern history.
Yeah, it didn't even have anything about modern. It just had like
Angkor Wat
and the period around Angkor Wat, Angkor Thom.
I think if you're going to go, definitely go to Angkor Wat first, like we did, because then when you go to the museum in the afternoon and you read, you have like a lot better context because you've just visited.
Yeah, you've just seen it all, so you kind of have an idea of what's going on.
But still interesting and a great way to escape the heat, nice and air conditioned.
Yeah.
But now we've just popped out and it is that time of day, people.
It's happy hour.
And if you guys have been following us for a while, you know that we're a massive fan of the Raffles Hotel and the Singapore Sling. And they just happen to have a Raffles right next door to the National Museum.
And they make their own take on the Singapore Sling.
Yes. So we have to check that out. Let's go.
Yeah, if there's a Raffles Hotel in town, you know we won't skip it. This may be one of the most affordable in their portfolio as well. Known as the Grand Dame of Angkor, it was first opened in 1932 before being acquired by Raffles in 1994.
Baby, why didn't you book us into Raffles?
Regarded as, and we quote, the last bastion of the golden age of travel in Cambodia, is one of the few remaining colonial-style hotels in Asia. And, of course, any Raffles Hotel will have an amazing bar. Here, the Elephant Bar serves up signature cocktails from Raffles Hotels throughout the world, including their own, the Grand Angkor Sling.
Those banana chips definitely have Cambodian pepper. Let's give this a whirl. Super refreshing. I don't know if it quite beats a signature Singapore Sling, but it's a fun alternative. So we couldn't help ourselves, could we?
Nope. Gotta do it.
We had to get the signature. Some more snacks. So what are we doing? Where are we going?
We're trying to find glide bar.
Cigar bar.
This is number 1. This is the number 2.
Okay.
Smells Cuban. It smells like a little more like hay-like. It's more like chocolatey. Okay, so I need to cut this end off here, right?
Right.
So I can actually draw through the cigar.
So kind of an easy way to gauge it is actually put the cutter flat down on the table and then hold the cigar straight up and down in it. And that's roughly a good gauge for how much you actually want to cut off.
Oh, like that. Feels pretty tight. I don't like it when it's tight. I get frustrated. Okay, maybe don't put that flat in there. It's done.
There, you just learned how to cut and light your own cigar.
Until next time, friends. Good morning to YouTube.
Hello, good morning. How are you? I'm Rocky, tuk-tuk driver in Siem Reap, Cambodia.
The best one.
Okay, today we're going to the War Museum and Killing Field.
Gonna learn about the modern history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Learn about the history about the Khmer Rouge.
Yeah.
Pol Pot, who is killed people.
gonna
Over
be-
3 million in Cambodia, what is said.
Get your lime juice. Ready to go.
I speak Australian.
You speak
I can
Australian.
understand
I'm
Australia.
sorry here. You are very handsome boy. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
You are looking best than Cambodian movie star. My name is Sanat. Yeah, but I was spent nearly a whole my life in the war. I died nearly 10 times during a war. Many people, many tourists, they give me a nickname, they call me a cat. So Cambodian only civil war, just Cambodian fighting between the government and the Khmer Rouge around 30 years. So 1970 at the 1999. So 30 years of war fighting in Cambodia, and they have 3 parts. Part 1, 1970 to 1975. General Ronald, he cut and threw over to the king. And my king, he go to the forest, he go to the jungle, and he collection. So all the countrymen to fighting back with the government. And my king, he leading to the Khmer Rouge. 75 that successful of Khmer Rouge. But when won by Khmer Rouge and have no king, no. Have only Pol Pot. You heard that guy? You heard the killing field in Cambodia. So why Pol Pot? Pol Pot is not a real name. No. Pol Pot mean political potential genocide, yeah? Political potential genocide. And his real name, Salot Sower. When he get power from a king and he follow Mao, you know Chairman Mao?
Yeah.
He want to kill all Cambodian people. He want Chinese to own Cambodia. That's why he killed. He killed about 3,200,000 people. So a whole my family also gone. So my mother, my father, my sister and 2 brothers. A whole my family gone in August 1975. 1975, I'm 9 years old only. I meet around a few hours. One lady, she take me to field to take care of the cow with her kid in the field. I come back about 2 o'clock p.m. So whole my family gone maybe 11:30 or 12 o'clock like that. A whole my family, they take away from my house more than 2 miles and then they kill all of them. So when January 1979, Vietnam come to liberation and they kick the Khmer Rouge out so long Cambodian Civil and Vietnam make a new government. So that the last one bloody civil war in Cambodia. And both parties they fighting after Chai. Every day now still have 2 million landmines, but still kill or casualty 3, 4, 5 people every month. Yeah. I live in 26 miles at north from here. My wife died nearly 2 weeks more, 4 years. My wife died on 14 May 2020 during COVID time. Step on Russian mine about 10 o'clock a.m. Take off like this. 10 minutes only got me. That they call me a cat. I'm more than that. I hold my family gone since August 1975. I meet around a few hours only. 1979 Vietnam come to liberation. I'm 13 years old only. I go to army. When I go to army, I will show you everything. I get shot. I get shot by AK-47 3 times. I burned by bazooka 1 time. I get injured by grenade 1 time. I get injured by landmine 4 times. And I'm blind both eyes 6 years. I'm blind both eyes in 1988 to 1993. And the United Nations come here for peacekeeping. They take me the operation in Thailand, in Bangkok. Now see this one every person only. They see nothing 37 years ago.
So when you come here and you speak to people like that and you hear their story and you hear of just everything that the Cambodian people have gone through recently, and they still continue to just like hold such happiness, and you know, they're some of the kindest people that we have met during our travels. It's pretty phenomenal.
Just the fact that this isn't old history for them. This is, his wife was killed by a landmine 4 years ago, and all of this stuff. At a time when most of us were happy, living pretty, sitting in school, going out to movies and stuff, they were still at war, just trying to get enough freedom to have a life. USSR tank that was built in 1954. It's been in Cambodia since 1979, and it was used and finally destroyed in 1994. I think this is something really important to remember. It's just the history of Cambodia. 70, 80 years ago, when they first sued for their independence from being a French colony, they were the most advanced and one of the most powerful nations in Asia.
Southeast Asia, yeah.
And then through this entire history where the rest of the world held these freedoms, and there were wars and things, but not to this extent, not for this amount of time, and not to the point where, their societies were just destroyed. And look at them now, owning their past and rebuilding. And I think it's something really important to remember when you travel to countries like this is it's really somber, it's really sad, but it's an important thing to learn and understand to really get where you are, what's happened.
Yeah, most of the people we're engaging with would have some record or memory or it having personally affected their life, which is
And it still does to this day. Yeah. Okay, so after a very long and intense history lesson, now it's time to eat. Well, we're going to a really nice Greek restaurant. Grab some lunch, and then I think it's probably time to wander the market.
We haven't done a market yet.
We haven't done a market yet. You know, we're kind of foodies, and one of the most massive popular things about Cambodia is Kampot Peppercorns. They have a French DOC, a European IG. I had a friend who used to come to Cambodia and build houses, and he brought them back for me every year. And they are the best peppercorn in the world, so we gotta go smoke.
Yes. And I think also just like noted on food and foodies, and we're at a Greek restaurant. Like downtown Siem Reap is actually full of international cuisine, and it's really good cuisine. Like I've eaten at this Greek restaurant three
Every
times
day.
now. Really good feta, like it just tastes really authentic. It's a Mexican place next door, so pretty much get anything that you want.
Pretty much. Lime juice in Cambodia, still going strong. Just the most absolutely refreshing thing to drink, period. It's finished. I don't know if we got enough food.
We never do. The Siem Reap market isn't as exciting to wander as some of the other Asian markets we've visited along our travels. It is very much focused on the day-to-day life of Cambodians, so shopping wasn't as plentiful. But you can still find the usual clothing shops, shoe stores, and, of course, somewhere to get some Kampot peppercorns. That's good.
How much?
This one, $8, $8, and this one $6.
25.
27, but it is 25. That's right, yeah.
What you got?
So we got everything. We got black pepper, red pepper, and white pepper
To make a nice mix.
to make a nice mix. Best peppercorns in the world. Every major Asian city seems to have one. A street dedicated to bars, clubs, drinking, and partying. Pub Street is alive every night of the week with music, entertainment, and life. And really, where else in the world can you get a glass of beer for 75 cents and a crocodile burger?
Cambodia is absolutely one of the most beautiful countries we have visited. The history is immense, the people are some of the most friendly that we've met in the world, and the culture is deeply rooted. We couldn't think of a better way to have ended our tour of Southeast Asia. Thanks for coming along, and make sure you like and subscribe before you go, because we have a lot of adventures coming from around the world right to you.